Hi there, Greg Rogers again. Wanting to address another question that's come my way quite frequently as I've worked on this series called Created. In particular, why in the world would I write this series? Given that I, as a day job, am a hospital administrator, I'm pretty busy doing that work. What kept me up late at night working on this particular series? I think the answer really comes, and it's in the statistics. I happen to be a Christian, and one of the things that a lot of the surveys are now showing is that there has been in recent years a huge move of individuals either leaving the church or who have decided that they would pursue the path of atheism, becoming an agnostic, or at least non affiliated in terms of a religious preference. In particular, from 2007 to 2014, the number of individuals that are unaffiliated or atheist or agnostic has risen from about 16% to 23%, where at the same time, those that have been associating themselves with the church as being a Christian has fallen from about 78, 79% down to about 71%. And for a Christian, most alarming is that among the youngest, 18s to 24-year-olds, what those same polls are showing is that there's about 36% of those individuals that are the young millennials, as they call them, that have actually decided to go either into atheism or become agnostic or to become non-affiliated from a religious standpoint, and certainly not affiliated with Christianity. So those statistics alone were enough reason to write this series of books, but also personal experience. I was challenged by an individual who at one point was in my own Sunday school class that I taught, and was told that if I were to really look at the evidence related to creation, that I would myself fall away or leave the church as he had. And so I spent about 3 or 4 years actually digging down into the scientific evidence, the philosophical views, the theological viewpoints as well, and the language that's used in the Bible. And coming out of that, I actually did change in terms of my viewpoint, but fall away from the faith as being a Christian, no. But probably strengthened in some ways and challenged in others to a very new and different perspective. And that is a literal interpretation of the Bible that I believe correlates well with science and philosophy, as well as the theological viewpoints that are espoused by the Scriptures. So anyway, that's why I wrote it, driven passionately because of my desire to see people come to the faith as a Christian, but also recognizing that as a Christian, you can't just bury yourself in your presuppositions. You have to be willing to listen to the viewpoints of others and to examine the evidence, because truth should stand up to scrutiny. And I think that's what I've discovered going through that process. But that's why I wrote Created and wrote Created Celestial Beings.